Hey everybody, Chris from Homes in 719 here. It's been a few weeks since I've done a video because I've been out of town doing some training and visiting my mom. But let's take a walk through, show you some of the new stuff that we're doing, what's been completed in the last couple weeks, and kind of bring you up to speed. So since we've been here last time, my GC went over some stuff with the crew, and they've retextured some of the house to try to balance out. The texture wasn't quite right, and the paint was a little weird too. So by retexturing the walls, it's going to allow us to reprime them, repaint them, and get that looking correctly. Got some of the fixtures in now. Ceiling fan, which is installed incorrectly, that has to have a drop hole on it, so they're going to have to fix that and bring that ceiling fan way down so that it'll actually function, because it will not function 4 inches off the ceiling. So we got some of the new light fixtures in here in the hallway, or in the foyer, I guess. And then as you look across here, you can see kind of getting things cleaned up. We're not near done yet, but it's probably 2 or 3 weeks before we're going to be done. Still got a sliding glass door to put in, still got some windows here behind me to put in, waiting on some of the custom order windows that we had to get. We've got some of the patchwork down. The big hole in the floor has been fixed. So where we're putting the sheetrock down through the floor, we've got that fixed and patched properly. And then, as you go through here, we got our other light fixture up here, looks really nice. Did a good job of selecting that, my crew did, so that's cool. And then we've got some of the cabinets going in. Those aren't nearly installed yet, but the uppers are, but the lowers aren't. So we've got those in there, kind of figuring out placement and where the range goes versus the refrigerator versus the sink, the dishwasher, all that kind of stuff. So we're trying to get all that laid out in a good way. We've got the new window back there. It's been in there for a few weeks. Back here, again, they've retextured some of the walls, try to fix it, make it look right. And then I mentioned before we had some stains back here in the floor, and rather than sell the house and have a smell issue later, we cut out the flooring and the decking there and replaced it with brand new, so that there's no way the smell could be here, because the piece that has whatever that was is gone. But they did identify, or I identified an issue here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it real well under my foot, but that's not supported. So they're going to have to pull that back up and fix it. That's one of the things you got to do is you go through a house. You've got to go through and look for things that need to be tweaked or adjusted. It'll bite you in the butt after you sell it or during the sell, and that will definitely do it, because that little spot right there, I see, I got my finger to go right spot, is on the entry into the back end of the master closet. So every time the buyer goes through there, or the owner goes through there, it's going to have the spongy feeling, and it shouldn't be there. So they need to fix it. They're doing got some base trim in here. We've got some new, I asked them to replace or top the windowsills here with some Malleum ants called, and they're doing that. And then they were trying to top this with this quarter round to make it kind of fill in the gaps, and I'm not real keen on that. I'm paying a lot of money for labor to have this quarter round repair crap around the windows, and so we're going to have to discuss that and see what we can do that's better than that, because that, in my opinion, ain't going to fly. That's what a hack does, and I don't do hack flips. I know we're going to have to do something, but quarter round ain't it. So I got some of the fixtures in here too. You can see some of the new tile that's been put in into the tub. Again, that's a new mixing valve, new plumbing, new tub, new tile, and the new window's still coming. New toilet, new vanity, new light fixture. It'll have a new mirror. All new switches, switch covers, outlets, plugs, all that's all brand new. New flooring. It'll have a new, see it. We'll get brand new register vents for everything. So all that'll be new too. And then Let's see, down in the basement. Down here is getting pretty good. It looks like we've got some base gray color on the wall. I'm gonna spin around here. So we've got the new base on the wall. We've got the drywall hung, mudded, sanded, and the trim, base trim is in. It hasn't been patched yet. They haven't sprayed the ceiling because you can see the wicked paint on the ceiling. But they haven't done that yet. And we did do orange peel down here, so it matches the texture upstairs. This is all brand new, but we didn't want to do knock down here and put orange peel upstairs. Sometimes what I'll do is retexture the entire house with knockdown, so that it looks all like brand new-ish. But upstairs we're leaving the what's it called? The ceiling texture. I'm drawing a blank on it. We're leaving that because it's just we're putting all the money into other spots, so we're leaving that. So it doesn't make any sense to bring the texture up to knockdown, but then leave that. So we're trying to make sure everything matches and feels right instead of being disjointed. So got all this in. Again, this is all new sheetrock, all new light fixtures, all new plumbing, all new. I had carpeting down here. The windows are going to stay pretty much. That one's going to get repaired or replaced because it's got a crack in it. And then, back here we still got the original furnace. We're going to get a new water heater probably, without question. They're going to nail us for that. So, but the furnace really hasn't been used that much because the house was vacant for a long time. So we are going to have it serviced and checked out to make sure everything is good to go and usable. But at this point, we don't plan on replacing it. Bedrooms down here now, they're all, again, kind of hard to see, but it's all the gray paint, it's white trim, all new fixtures, all new switches, all new outlets, new closet doors. The fact that we have closets with shelves, because those were not here before, all that's good. And then back over here, we got the new bathroom's been redone. It is a little bit shorter. It's probably about 6'4" ish in height. And that's because there's a beam in here that runs the entire length of the basement we could have ledged it and maybe gotten some more clearance, but it would have had this like ledge in the middle of the shower. So we thought, let's just run it all the way across because we think it'll feel right. And I'm 6 foot tall. And if I walk in there, I don't feel like it's overly short, so I think we'll be good. I think when you get in the tub, though, it might be a little weird and use the shower because it is going to be I think when you stand in the tub, right, you're a little higher. So it's going to be a little bit maybe for taller people. But we're going to have a pedestal sink in here. We're going to have a new toilet, a new vanity, new fixtures, all that kind of stuff. So we got that. And then in this bedroom, the same thing. Whole new everything, new doors, new closet. It's kind of got a walk-in closet on this one. We made it a little bit bigger. And then we've got, all new sheetrock, all new texture, all new paint, all new trim, all new outlets, switches. Back over here, this has got a new window well. So we can make sure it's not code. We had to push out the window well a little bit so that firefighters could get in and out through that egress. So that's a brand new window well opening. And of course we got to clean all the windows. But yeah, so that's back to code, up to code. Like most things in this house, we brought a lot of things up to code where it makes sense to do it. So the plumbing, like I said, the plumbing's all been replaced. Electrical down here is all brand new. We didn't touch upstairs. As far as the electrical goes, we do have a new electrical panel outside. So all of that's been permitted and inspected and all that stuff. So we don't take shortcuts on the stuff that we do. Sometimes people try to do that. And one of the things they don't realize is if you don't pull permits, your insurance is voided. Think about that for a minute when you cheat. And permits in El Paso County are easy to get. They're like $150 and you can get them tomorrow. Get them today if you want. Inspections are not a problem. So, I look at my business that I need to operate it in an ethical way. and do the right things. And if I was buying this house and somebody had flipped it, I would expect everything to be done properly and not, hacked. So that's the way I do it. Does that cut into my bottom line profit? Absolutely, it does. Without question, it does. But I sleep better at night because of that. So it's all good with me. But yeah, so it's been a couple weeks, but the guys have definitely got a lot done. I figured the basement, to get it to this part, is like a week and a half to get all the drywall in, mudded, sanded, because you got to do that 2 or 3, 4 times. Then you've got to prime it, texture it, prime it again, paint it. And then in that sanding thing, you got wet mud, so you can put it on the walls and then it dries. You gotta let it dry, and then you can sand it, and then you gotta put more mud on it. Then it's gonna dry. Then you gotta sand it. So it takes time to do that, to let that process go through. And you can see upstairs they've been working on some other stuff, trying to get that, while they waited for the mud to dry and stuff like that, to get it to where they could, keep taking forward steps. I haven't bought too much material in the last few weeks. We've had a couple $100 hits here and there. But kind of what's left now, I think it's going to be the appliances. The carpet upstairs are probably the last 2 big hitters that we're going to have. Countertops are going to be Formica, so those aren't really big hitters either. But anyway, there you go. If you have questions, put them in the chat or put them in the thing down there, and I'll get to you. Give me a call. Talk to you later. Bye.